Greetings, comrades, from a very safe distance of at least 6 feet away. It's me, Fox, and this is Plan with Fox, the planner channel that wishes I could stay home. I don't know. I'm home now. I'm home now for another day. I go back to work tomorrow. Hi. How are you? How are things? How are you holding up? How is your dog? Is your dog enjoying this? My dog is enjoying this. If you are watching this sometime in the future and you don't know what I'm talking about, we are deep within the depths of the COVID-19 Yinzer Lockdown Regatta, as I've been calling it. You may call it something different if you don't live in Pittsburgh. Perhaps you don't have regattas where you live, but everything here that's of importance can be a regatta. Things got canceled last week, my dudes. They did. Fish fry, we didn't go. St. Patrick's Day was the lowest key of low keys ever. We did run. I didn't give Layla her meds, which I'll get into why. I have to give them to her probably today. And then Sunday became quarantine and chill, unexpectedly. Yeah. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm just tired. All right. We are planning this week Monday, March 16th through Sunday, March 22nd. It is actually Tuesday today because I was just not feeling up to planning yesterday. I wasn't, and I certainly wasn't feeling up to planning on Sunday. So now I didn't want to not do this. I don't know. I don't know what to do and not do, you know? I'm using this kit from Peaches and Pinks, and it's so fucking cute. Look at these. It's like baby animals in springtime. And I don't know. I need something to brighten up my day, and now I've got crumbs on my planner. I am going to put down first. This one didn't have any skinny washi with it, so I'm just going to put down the skinny washi that I have. Not skinny, but a seasonal washi that I have that will fit. I'm trying a new thing with my camera angle, so I hope that it's not weird. I'm going to check on it in a second and just make sure that you're not seeing like too much of my arms. I have my hands out. I'm sorry. I should have some gloves on and I don't right now because I thought I could keep the sleeves of this down, like over this, but it's not really working. So I apologize in advance for the really awful looking hands that I have. They're bad looking most of the time anyway because I work in healthcare and I have to constantly wash my hands. But, okay, trying really hard not to set things on fire. That's something I do all the time. See, it doesn't matter if we're in the midst of a plague and things are terrifying. I still try not to set things on fire. Some things, you have to have some constants, and that's my constant, so. I am wearing this like festive little green shirt because I was like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day and I should do, so that's, yeah. I don't know anything anymore. Okay, so here's the update since the last time that I planned. The COVID-19 coronavirus got really fucking serious. It went from like, be careful to holy fucking shit. And it's scary. I did finally get in touch with my scheduler today about our vacation because we were supposed to go on vacation at the end of the month. Obviously, that's not going to happen, so we had to reschedule it, and I don't know. At first, we were looking at it like, well, maybe we could reschedule it in like, 2 weeks later than it was supposed to be scheduled. And then as the week has gone on, it's like, no. And I did talk last week a little bit about how it feels like every hour is a different situation. And we're constantly updating and being like, well, that stuff that we said last week wasn't a big deal. Now it's a big deal. We went from like, you can't have a conference or an event with more than 500 people to you can't have a conference or an event with more than 250 people to no conferences or events of 50 people. And now we're down to 10 people is the biggest group that they allow to gather right now. And that's all happened in the span of like less than a week. I guess Wednesday was the turning point really as far as I can recall. So I actually did, in order to kind of help my brain, which this might not sound like this would help my brain, but I started a tracker in my bullet journal to kind of just like write down the updates of every day, because every day I'm going, when did they say that? When did they say that? When did this change? And so I thought by having a place that I can write it down, that might help me a little bit. So I'll show y'all what I'm talking about here. It is the COVID-19 Yinzer Lockdown Regatta tracker. So I've just kind of been doing like little updates. Most of them are Pennsylvania based. Some are specifically Pittsburgh or Allegheny County, which is the county that we are in. But some of it is national, like I had when the NBA suspended their season. And I've been putting down kind of like how many cases we're having confirmed per day. And so I left space for like 2 days or 2 more pages worth of it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's helping or not, but it is kind of nice to have a reference, because when you look at this stuff, you go like, I thought just a week ago that was this, and you know, to be able to look and see, oh, wait a minute, it really was just a week ago. Makes you feel a little bit like you have a better grip on reality. Maybe I don't have a better grip on reality, but at least, you know, you're not imagining that things are moving at that rapid pace. So I find it funny that I printed this kit for this week, and the one sticker that's on here says life happened. So in any case, I think I'm all over the place. I was talking about vacation. So obviously we had to cancel our vacation to California because we don't want to travel. We don't want to be on a plane. And then also the tasting rooms are starting to close. We just found out yesterday they started to close. So basically where we are at in Pittsburgh right now is that you cannot, so yeah, no more than 10 people gathering at a thing. So that means like no big meetings. Church fish fries have been canceled. Church has been canceled for people who go to church. You're not allowed to go to bars, salons, non-essential businesses, they call it. So obviously, I'm a pharmacist, so my job is considered an essential job, so I still have to go to work. But they want everybody who can work from home to do that, and large offices, I think, are being sent home. They're closing like all kinds of businesses, childcare centers, senior centers. They're still like arranging for deliveries and takeouts and things like that, which is pretty awesome. Wait, let me use one of the animals here. So like restaurants, restaurants are all closed for dine-in services. However, they can choose to stay open for takeout or delivery. So that's been like, okay, we have something a little bit. You know, you can still get some food, you can get takeout. We did that on Sunday night. We ordered a pizza because we were able to. So it's weird. I don't know. And I'm having, you know, a really hard time as somebody who has anxiety and depression. It's been very hard to not just fixate. And that's kind of what I've been doing is I will think, oh, what did that person say? Well, there was a funny joke that I saw in this person's timeline, and then before I know it, I pick it up to look at one thing, and I've been on my phone then for, 20 minutes just scrolling, reading the news, refreshing. They have a tracker that you can see how many cases are in the US and how many deaths, and they're updating it every hour, and I'm like, it's good to be informed, but like, I'm getting to a point where it is not getting healthy. It's not helping, it's not healthy, and I am having a really hard time stopping myself from doing that, even though I can recognize that I shouldn't be doing that. So that's where I am. Just bear with me on that. If you're like me, and my heart goes out to you, because it's not a fun way to be, and I honestly don't know. I've been trying to find hope in small things. Like, yesterday they released a bunch of new, so part of the issue with this whole situation is that testing kits are not very available. And so yesterday they announced that they would have 3 testing locations with 100 kits. And I don't know if it was 100 kits across all 3 or 100 kits at each location, but they are going to do rapid testing that you'll get results in hours instead of days. And even still, we only had 1 or 2 more cases in Allegheny County. So I'm trying to take heart in that and be like, well, maybe that means that we did things properly early. But then, last night, for example, they are shutting down the liquor stores, and the liquor stores had over an hour-long wait because people were like, well, you didn't tell us, we have to go out and get stuff. And I don't know, I feel like we weren't told how serious this was until it was serious enough that I'm worried about how we're all behaving. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry that I just keep saying I don't know. I'm just really in a not good place about this. So today is Tuesday, and I've been trying to keep kind of busy today, and I had to go into work this morning. I had to go in to do my order because I do that every other Tuesday, but I also just kind of wanted to like talk to my partner a little bit and just see where we were and where it's been going and how the week has gone. And like, I know a lot of pharmacies are really overwhelmed right now. We are very, very fortunate that we are not like that. We've been busier than normal, she said, but we've been able to keep it under control. We're a small enough store that I think we haven't been having the same kind of crisis situations that some stores are having. So that being said, it was nice to just kind of catch up and make sure like I know what I'm walking into when I go in for my shift tomorrow. So I will be working starting tomorrow, starting my long week, my 7 days. I did my little list for the day. I was gonna like do, it's just, what am I gonna put in a planner this week? I would have had a hair appointment yesterday, and today I would have had a salon appointment, getting ready for the trip, and both of those got canceled because the salons and spas are closed. We can't go dancing. There's no dancing because the bars and clubs are closed. We can't even go to the Cage last night because they're closed, and we tried to call and see if they were available for takeout, but they are not, so we ended up cooking at home. But we are just trying to strike a balance of like, I don't mind being at home if I have tons of stuff to do and I am really trying to work on stuff. It's just the obsessing that I'm having a hard time with, that I just can't tear myself away from the news and I can't walk away from it. And also my marathon that I was planning to run in May got canceled yesterday, so I'm having a hard time convincing myself that I should go for a run. Like today I'm supposed to run 8 miles with my normal training schedule, and I'm like, oh, it's cold and it's rainy and I just feel sad and I have stuff to do around the house before I go back to work tomorrow. And there's a possibility I'll be working extra shifts because I said if people call off, if I'm not working and I can work it out with my work schedule, I offered to help. And it's just, I have never experienced anything like that. I guess none of us in our lifetime have experienced anything like this. But in healthcare, you're like, well, we've made it through SARS and H1N1 and those things before this, but it wasn't like this. It was farther away. It didn't affect us directly in the same way. And I don't know. One day at a time. Okay, I'm going to put down some of the things that I did and am doing for these 2 days just to kind of fill in some space here. Okay, so I filled this stuff in. This is stuff that I did yesterday. I did declutter the towel closet. I was working on my Bujo to try to get caught up because I want to be, sometimes I get a couple days behind, and I really wanted to be more real time so I can write down my real, thoughts and emotions on what's going on. And then tidy the kitchen, which I did, which has to be done again because we cooked dinner last night. And then update my habit tracker, which I did. I got caught up on that yesterday. Also yesterday I had to take Layla to the vet because on Saturday I noticed that she was having like goopier than normal eye boogers. Here's some gross stuff to talk about. And she normally, like every dog gets those, but they're normally not that bad. And they were like coming back, and then I noticed her eye was like getting really red. So of course this happened on Saturday, so I couldn't get her to the vet until yesterday. So thankfully they were able to see her yesterday. And so she does have an infected eye, and so we have to do drops twice a day. So I'm actually also going to do so that I can just cross off every day when we do them, so that way we remember that we have to do 7 days worth, so that's perfect for this. So I got 2 doses in for her yesterday, and we've done her first dose today, and then we'll do the other one tonight. And then I was thinking like maybe I'll just put something on here for like meals, like I could put my meals in here because I don't know what to put on my planner this week, It's a weird thing. So we made taco pizza last night and baked nachos, which was really yummy. Very salty, but very yummy. And then I just went in for an hour today, just like I said, to touch base with my partner and do our order. And even the order was like weird. Normally I'm very, very strict with the order, and I try to keep things, keep our store in stock but not overstocked. And today I was just like, there might be drug shortages because of this, It's everything is changing day by day, even more frequently than day by day. It's very surreal feeling right now. So I have to run. I don't know if I'm gonna run 8 miles. I don't think I'm gonna run 8 miles. I just don't feel like it. I feel like the wind is out of my sails. Like technically I'm still training for Eagle Up, so I should keep my mileage up the same as I would otherwise, but like I was supposed to run a 20 miler by myself on Sunday. Am I gonna do that? No, I don't wanna do that. There's no point. I'm not gonna be on vacation. I did it that way so that way I could get my run in before we left for vacation. We're not leaving for vacation. So like, it's just everything, you know, I'm curious to know how other planner people are dealing right now. And especially in my case, 2019 was in a lot of ways about learning how to go with the flow. And like when I ran my second marathon, my coach and I didn't do a plan in advance. We just tried doing week to week, like check in on Monday, here's what you're gonna do this week. Instead of having this plan drawn up beforehand, just to kind of get used to that, like how to function in that way. And it's something that I was working on with my therapist as well, how to take things one day at a time, because it's never been my strong suit. So I'm curious how other planner people are doing right now. And with so much uncertainty, it's really hard. So I did find out today that we can reschedule our vacation, and I got approved for May 9th through the 18th would be our new vacation dates, which I was like all excited about. And then my friend Reed was like, do you think that's enough time? Like, it's 2 months. Like, I would hope it's enough time. But we just found out that I literally just a moment now, my phone just went off. We're supposed to go see the Rolling Stones on June 23rd, which is 3 months from now. They've postponed their tour. And I don't know if it's just that they're postponing the whole tour rather than specific dates or what, if it was just easier that way, but that's scary to think that in 3 months we're still gonna be dealing with stuff. Like, I don't know what to think. I keep reading the news, as I've mentioned, and I keep seeing like, well, it took this country this long to bounce back, and this country's doing better at this stage than, you know, and I don't know. And I feel like I'm a little bit blinded to stuff too, because in Pittsburgh, we've been really on it. It's been since last Wednesday that we've been talking about social distancing, and we've been talking about canceling larger events and that kind of stuff. But like, I have friends who live in other states who are like, are you affected by this at all? No, not yet. And I'm like, you're not doing this stuff? You're not social distancing? Like, what do you mean? You're like, we're not getting guidance from the federal government on this. So like, it's scary that local governments and state governments are not doing stuff. And we're very fortunate that ours is. Okay, I'm all over the place. I'm really sorry. This is not the plan with me. I thought I would just be like, maybe able to laugh about it, and I'm just not in that headspace yet. I am, like, I love the memes that people are coming up with about social distancing and about the coronavirus and things like that. That's like keeping me from going absolutely bonkers. But in the reality, in the alone time, in the time when I'm not distracted by that stuff, it's a not good place for my brain. So I'm gonna put the rest of these work schedules in here. That's really all my life is going to be. It's going to be going to work, coming home, and maybe running. As of right now, we're still allowed to go outside. And I didn't want to stop making videos. As I said in my vlog, if you watched my last week's vlog, I didn't want to stop making videos because, I don't know, watching YouTube videos is one of the things that I'm using to distract myself from the fear and anxiety. And I don't, I want to help be that for somebody else who's going to watch a video, but at the same time, it's like, here I am producing this Debbie Downer of a video. Oh, it's the end of my Oh Hello RX bottles. Farewell. Maybe someday you'll return to the shop. I did buy a replacement for them. I was going to show some stuff that I bought that I just got in the mail this week. I ordered, this is from a shop somewhere in the UK, Little Pencil Design, and I ordered this adorable, like, kawaii St. Patrick's Day kit, and it arrived, and I was like, I wanted to do St. Patrick's Day last week because that was the day that we were going to go out, but I was like, well, technically St. Patrick's Day is in this week, so I could do it, and I felt like, you know what, I'm going to save it for next year, so that's that. I also got, like, little winter foxes, which are super cute, and this is from that shop, Little Pencil Design. I had gotten this kit from the Glitter Mama. It's all wine stuff and wine themed that I was going to use for our trip to California. Obviously that's on hold. But then I got to replace my little RX stickers for my work shifts. This is from Tiny Little Tulip. And they're a little bit, like, as you can see, they're a little bit chunkier than that. But yeah, I got those. I figured that was cute. And I also got from them the way that I have my little like flora stickers. They have these little bears, and then they have, look at this cute little pug doing household chores, doing groceries, watching movies, paying bills, laundry, and running on the treadmill. Isn't that cute? So I got all those. So that's made me happy. So I'm very happy with those little happy mails that I got. I don't even know what else to put in here. I put my work schedules, and I guess that's about what I've got here. I mean, I have running, but I don't even want to run. I don't want to run. I just want to, like, I know that's when I need it the most. I actually have a thing on my desk. I have a vision board that I made a number of years ago, and it's a quote from Runner's World, I think it's Runner's World. It says, "The times I don't want to exercise are exactly the moments I need it the most." And I'm trying to remind myself of that because that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't want to do anything. So I'm still going to do my long run on Sunday. It's just, I don't think it's going to be 20 miles. I don't see any need for it to be 20 miles. The good news is my Erin Condren order did ship, so I should have my new stickers in the next week or so. That's nice. I think they said by Saturday it should be here, so that's good. I do have to kind of meal plan a little bit today. And then I'm going to do some meal prep. I'm just going to do like salads and sandwiches for work for the next couple of days. I figure that's easy in case we are busy. I don't know if we will be or not. And I want to put one more thing over here. So I have LG's droppers. And then I want to make sure I'm checking into my Spark team every day. So I have to start moving our vacation stuff over too, which maybe I'll put that on for tomorrow. I am pretty sure they haven't announced it officially yet, but I'm pretty sure Go Wild is gonna be canceled. It has to be. The CDC is recommending 8 weeks of no conferences, and that would definitely fall into the 8 weeks. I'm hoping that by May 9th, this is all a thing. I can't imagine how people are going to survive if restaurants and bars are closed for 2 months. Like, I can't even begin to imagine that. But, I mean, who knows at this point? I really don't know. I don't really know what other places are doing. I know Ohio's on it. I know New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and California are all on top of social distancing and canceling events. And nationally, the NBA and the NHL have all canceled things. Like, all the national sports have canceled. And as well as Broadway. Well, the Broadway is New York, but plays and things like that have all canceled. And I know like a lot of the talk shows, like the nighttime talk shows, like John Oliver is canceled, Saturday Night Live's canceled. Those are both in New York. And I know Stephen Colbert was doing like no studio audience, so I don't know how long he's going to be recording or if that was just like he's done now. I don't know. If you take a shot every time I say I don't know in this plan with me, you will be more than 60% alcohol and you will be immune to the coronavirus. Oh man, my dudes, it's hard. It's a hard time for planners. It's a hard time for everybody right now, let's be honest. Like, my parents, they're, you know, almost 70 years old, and my dad goes out like every single day. He goes to Giant Eagle, they have this thing called Wacky Wednesday at Shop and Save every Wednesday where they do like their specials. He goes to that, and he's like really hurting not being able to go places, but it's the right choice to make. And I know it is, and I miss the hell out of them. Like, I talk to them on the phone like multiple times a day because that's how we are, but I miss like being like, oh, Layla and I are coming over to visit, or they come over here to visit, like, but I don't want to, you know, I think I'm gonna just call it here. I was like, well, maybe I'll put in like what we're eating for dinner and like things I'm gonna do around the house, and like I'm in a bad way, my dudes. I'm so sorry to make this like total downer of a video, but I hope everybody is staying safe. Let me spread this out so you can see. I hope everybody is, you know, finding stuff to do. I hope if your kids are home with you, they're not driving you absolutely nuts. And I hope that your dogs and cats are really enjoying having somebody home if they do. And I hope that if you are like me and you work in a job that you can't stay home, you know, if you're in healthcare or you're one of these grocery store workers or any kind of retail place that is making you stay open, I hope you stay safe and stay sane, and yeah, take care of each other. And I don't know, let's see what the future future holds. Let's hope for the best, prepare, flatten the curve, and see where we are in a couple weeks. All right, stay safe, everybody out there.